Now, people like Hassan are going on their channels.
Do people really not have basic understanding of logic trees? Holy f***. I feel like you explain the most basic shit these readers like Hassan viewers don't understand. The problem is what they don't understand is they've already assumed that Ethan and Hila are genocide supporters. So they're just looking for evidence of that. And when Hassan is giving you like the path, then they're like, oh yeah, he does support that guy. That is pro-genocide. That is pro-genocide, right? That's what they're starting with. They're not actually, they don't analyze the facts to come to the conclusion that Ethan is pro-genocide. They start with the conclusion that Ethan is pro-genocide because Hassan told them, and then Hassan gives them fake facts to support that, basically, right? The simulacrum, the Hassan method, whatever the right? Vosh would do the same thing to me.
And accusing us of supporting a war criminal. Anyway, here's what Hassan said this evening about the clip that sent everybody into a frenzy.
Crazy. I just hate how Ethan is brigading smaller content creators like the deprogram because he couldn't get to you as girls, so he keeps picking smaller content creators that are just getting by, and he is sitting on his golden throne. Is just straight up harassment. I know.
You are one of the worst types of people in the world. If you use the defense of I can't imagine how ashamed, how humiliated I would be ever using that as an excuse. Like, you have to be a person with no honor or integrity to attack somebody, and then when they hit you back, go, I'm a smaller grain, why didn't you hit me? It is cowardly behavior. It is absolutely cowardly behavior. You have no self-respect to function that way. It's disgusting and deplorable.
He's just...
I can't get over the fact that they keep crying about me responding to these communities. Like, this is the biggest socialist podcast. They have like they have hundreds of thousands of subscribers. Second Thought has 2 million subscribers. When can I respond to these people? When is it warranted? Like, give me a fucking break.
He's just like aligning with all these drama peddlers like Keem.
Notice how Ethan is going back and forth also showing the clips from Hassan. Does Hassan ever do this with Ethan?
Star and in an effort to try and get me banned is psychotic to me, you know? I just don't get it. I don't understand it.
What a fucking liar, dude. What a Weasley little fucking liar.
It's always... You think black people... What a fucking liar, dude. What a fucking Weasley little liar, dude.
He's just straight up lying. He's just lying right now. In fact, this is a lie that he keeps saying, is that I'm somehow aligning myself with Keemstar. Once again, I'll show you. I went and fished out the original stories.
It's hard, but like really, truly, like the only thing you can do is like brigade against people like Hassan. It sucks, but again, like this is the rules that they're setting, right? People like Hassan, communists and they don't play with the same set of rules when it comes to like fact or truth. And all they do is they lie. So you have to like, the only way to overcome it is with overwhelming brigading and force. You have to spam like, hey, this is a lie. Look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this. Post on their subreddits, post on their Twitters, post responses everywhere. Because the only way that these people can succeed is through lying. They have to, right? And if he's allowed to lie with impunity, and then anytime you attack them, the only way that they can maintain the narrative is to continue to lie, to hold up the charade, right? So all you can do is you just have to overcome it with overwhelming force, right? Because they'll never engage with anything that you said. Yeah, they just don't do it.
Talking about Frogan getting from a ton of conservatives for her wonderful remarks about hoping American military men get PTSD. I was showing it to say it's not my fault that she's getting harassed when this clip of hers going mega viral on Twitter and being called out by the worst people on the internet, right? Look at, these are all conservative shit. These are all people that I disagree with and have openly said terrible things about, including Keemstar. So like the way that he singles him out and says, oh, Ethan is co-signing Keemstar,
You realize you're describing Trump and the Republicans as well? Yes, it's the fasci thing. It took me too long to understand this. No, it didn't. I'm 35, okay? I keep thinking I'm like at the end of my life and I wish I would have learned things faster, but we're learning. Is it Voltaire? Who's this stupid? Oh, Sartre? Is that how you pronounce this guy's name? It's this quote. Never believe that anti-Semites are completely unaware of the absurdity of their replies. They know that their remarks are frivolous and open to challenge, but they are amusing themselves, for it is their adversary who is obliged to use words responsibly, since he believes in words, right? Never believe that anti-Semites, this can stand for any, like, I'll say illiberal people right now, okay? Because it's commies and fascists that we're fighting now, I guess, right? Between the Hassans and the Trumps, right? Never believe that anti-Semites are completely unaware of the absurdity of their replies. The demonstration to this is me debating, one, it's conservatives dodging debates because they know that they're full of shit. And two, it's when I did that debate with the Owen Schroyer, and I was like, oh, you think that Antifa was the first one in the building? You think the cops went in? Let's bet $5,000 on it right now. And then he goes silent because he knows he's totally aware of the absurdity of his replies, right? They know that their remarks are frivolous and open to challenge, but they are amusing themselves, for it is their adversary who is obliged to use words responsibly, since he believes in words, right? When they critique Biden or when they critique me for, oh, like you said a racial slur. Meanwhile, his whole chat is like Gusano, murder sites. Oh, what else? Biden said bullseye, right? Or Biden said that meanwhile, Trump in their side, I could shoot somebody on whatever avenue. I can make all these like war and violence references. I can say fight like hell, you're going to lose it, right? They know that you're the one trying to play by a rule book, but they don't have to. But you believe in a word, so you're trying to, right? And this is so perfectly encapsulated with the saying for Trump. We don't take Trump literally. We just take him seriously. Like they don't even care about words. It's all a game at the end of the day. And you have to understand that because you can't play. You're not playing by the same set of rules. You have to understand that. The anti-Semites have the right to play. They even like to play with discourse. For, by giving ridiculous reasons, they discredit the seriousness of their interlocutors, right? Remember when J.D. Vance says, if I've got to make up a story to get your attention on things, like so be it, They delight in acting in bad faith, since they seek not to persuade by sound argument, but to intimidate and disconcert, right? The weave, right? Trump's not trying to actually make a legitimate, he's just trying to get around to enough topics, and he hits enough emotional points. You're like, oh yeah, hey, dude. If you press them too closely, they will abruptly fall silent, loftily indicating by some phrase that the time for argument is past. I don't know what the equivalent to this would be, but J6, 2020, get over it. By the way, BLM was the worst thing that ever happened in this country. Oh yeah, Trump derangement syndrome, yeah. Or when Hassan says like, oh, little bro needs to log off. You need to log off, dude. Seems like it's having a bad effect on your mental health, right? It's all that, yeah.
Fucking liar, dude. He's a Weasley little liar.
The person that they're talking about is Yoav Gallant.
Oh, is he about to bring up two quotes from Yoav Gallant?
Yoav Gallant, alongside Benjamin Netanyahu, has an active petition for his arrest by the ICC. The person that...
Wait, did those petitions a petition for his arrest? Because the prosecutor just asked the ICC to write the warrants. They don't have the actual warrants yet, though, right? So just the petition. I'm surprised he clarified that, but okay.
They are talking about here, before getting fired by Benjamin Netanyahu, the person that they're calling a moderating voice said this, which is the reason why...
Oh, the quote. This is a year-old quote. Is this the October 7th quote? It's just a quote. Why do you live in quotes? Oh, it's because he doesn't know the history, the context, or the people, or the news, or anything, really, yeah.
There is an active petition, an active application for a warrant for his arrest by the ICC.
You know who else had warrants for their arrest? Is it really Ishmael? But Hania, Mohammed Deif, and is it Anwar Sinwar? Those three guys had warrants for their arrest as well, I think. Or the petition for warrants for the arrest, all three of them, right? Huh, they're all dead now, though. But Yahya. Sorry, not Anwar. Anwar was Sadat's person. But
I don't know. I'm legitimately shocked.
The problem why I'm frustrated with this whole situation,
Ethan needs to find a way to... It's not bad to call Hassan out, but you need to have like a better... Or he needs to just... You can't get frustrated like this. Remember, this is the game. Hassan wants you to be mad. He wants this is intentional. It's not by accident. This is by design. The goal is to never show what Ethan says, to always put him in the worst light possible, and then to just invent truth for your audience to consume, or invent fact for them to consume, so that when they think back to Ethan, they don't actually think back to anything Ethan said, even though they think they are. They're actually thinking back to what Hassan told them he said, even if it's not true.
You guys know me. I'm more than willing, more than happy to address shortcomings and errors that I've made and take every...
See, so like Ethan is already in a losing position, right? Because now he's trying to defend himself from attacks that Hassan knows are bull, right? You're locked into this trap. They even like to play with discourse 4 by giving ridiculous reasons. They discredit the seriousness of their interlocutors. No, wait, not this part. That is part of it. But this. They are amusing themselves, for it is their adversary who is obliged to use words responsibly, since he believes in words. This is what's happening, right? Ethan thinks that it's important to represent what he believes truthfully, and what Hassan believes truthfully, and what Yoav Gallant believes truthfully. So he's trying to like work in all of these different worlds. Like, okay, well, what is it? Am I correct to defend him? Like, what's Hassan saying about? Meanwhile, Hassan is just like fake accusation after fake, fake. He's just saying it's whatever the fuck. He doesn't care. It doesn't matter at the end of the day to him. Yeah.
Every chance I can to learn and grow from them, right? But the problem I have is that there's our subreddit and our community is overridden with these 8-year longtime ultra fans who can no longer, tolerate us, or they can no.
What should Ethan do then? I think it's okay to make just small videos like calling out Hassan, but it has to be a little bit more, I would recommend, from a rhetorical point of view. It just needs to be a bit more formal, but also keep in mind, I don't engage with much of this content, so my perception could be wrong. But when I see streams or I see videos like this, it feels like Ethan watched something and he's like so ass pain that he's like, I need to go live. I need to like make a video about this right now, because he's like in his informal setting and he's talking about it. But maybe that's not. Maybe this is like more normal for him, and my perception there is wrong. But like having a small like 10-minute segment, which is like, hey, Hassan said this is a lie. There's a reason he doesn't watch my shit because he likes to lie about me, and then moving on. Like I think that would be better than these types of things, because unfortunately, he said on today's stream that he did this video in the middle of the night. Yeah, because unfortunately, again, because this is what happens when you deal with a Nazi. When you deal with a fasci, when you deal with a commie, they all do misinformation the same way. You're playing their game, and so they're already kind of winning, right? Hassan can make up 50 million lies an hour while he underage prostitutes, in German brothels, right? Hassan can make up whatever the he wants about Ethan, and he knows that Ethan is going to go like, okay, Hassan said this about me, and this information is not correct, and I got to like he has to do all this shit. And it's Ethan is already playing this game where he's right.
Ultra fans who can no longer, tolerate us, or they can no longer walk down this path with us as we've thrown our lot in with the, right? But like these same people, okay, they hold no standards, and
yep.
Hassan can go out there and glaze an international.
You just lied to prove the point. No, Hassan used to visit brothels in Germany. He's got like videos and shit. But isn't the age of consent there like 14? Maybe it's higher for brothel girls. I don't know. Ask him how old the chicks were that he was smashing in the brothels in Germany he used to visit and tweet videos from.
Terrorist organization and its leader and glaze up Hassan Nasrallah like he's a great dude.
Hassan Nasrallah was assassinated. Hezbollah is a paramilitary organization that is also a part of the Lebanese parliament.
Do we like them or not?
That part of the Lebanese parliament is such an unbelievably disgusting statement. God, yes, that is correct. That paramilitary funded by Iran that murders Arabs in Syria and Lebanon is so large now that they managed to like get some seats in the Lebanon. But the way that he's trying to present it is like, oh yeah, part of Lebanon's government. Oh, he's so gross.
No.
I think as a resistance group, they're pretty successful against Israel. They are a terrorist organization. Like they're designated. They are designated by the American state as a terrorist organization.
I do not like them then.
Well, like
I like what you like.
I don't have an issue with them.
We need to start calling it his fake voice. I mean, if you want to know how Hassan sounds in real life, you can go and find him when we used to talk on my stream.
The reason why Destiny's targeting Cole is because he's the weak link there, and he's already emotional about the subject, and if you're emotional about a subject, which is understandable for him to be emotional on, you've already lost the battle in the eyes of like all of these fucking out of touch, nihilistic internet debate edgelords, okay? That's the reality. It is what it is. So
that's what he sounds like when he doesn't have his 50 dB pad for his his 80 hertz voice bass boost on his on his current interface. But anyway.
Just say.
Or when he's trying to talk like this in the LA swag voice.
I'm going to give you guys a crash course on Hezbollah. Let's start back from the beginning. 1983, suicide truck bombing of the U.S. Embassy in Beirut. 45 embassy staff were killed, 34 injured. They bombed the French Marine barracks in Beirut, 300 dead. Attempted murder of the head of the Turkish Jewish community. Suicide bombing of the Argentine Jewish Mutual Association building in Buenos Aires, 85 killed, 300 injured.
I don't have an issue with them, let's just say.
Bombing of a restaurant near the U.S. Air Force Base in Spain, 18 killed, 83 injured. Car bombs of the U.S. Embassy in Beirut, 11 killed, 58 injured. Hijacking of Kuwait airline planes, killed 4. Suicide bombing at the Israeli Embassy in Buenos Aires, 29 killed, 240 injured.
I don't have an issue with them, let's just say.
Suspected of carrying out suicide bombing missions against...
Wait, all right, because I'm trying to do DMs at the same time. Did Ethan say this, the calling statement of this? These are, I believe these are Amnesty International reports. That's what all these are. So this isn't like a, these aren't like right-wing crazy reports that are being released. These are like...
4. Suicide bombing at the Israeli Embassy in Buenos Aires, 29 killed, 240 injured.
I don't have an issue with them, let's just say.
Suspected of carrying out suicide bombing missions against Israeli vacationers in Bulgaria. Indicted for the assassination of former Lebanese Prime Minister Rafik al-Hariri.
I don't have an issue with them.
Hezbollah participated in the Syrian civil war on the side of Assad, violent dictator. They're responsible for the genocide of well over 500,000 Syrians. Here's an article from Amnesty International. Syria, surrender or starve, strategy displacing thousands, amounts to crimes against humanity. Does that sound familiar?
I don't have an issue with them.
While the Syrian government's stated aim has been to vanquish opposition fighters, its cynical use of surrender or starve tactics has involved a devastating combination of sieges and bombardments.
I don't have an issue with them.
These have been part of a systematic as well as widespread attack on civilians that amounts to crimes against humanity. Sounds like what Israel's doing in Gaza.
I don't have an issue with them.
I appreciate that, Destiny.
All right, bye.
Remember to hit that like and subscribe, and don't forget the notification bell so that my videos show up right in your feed.